Hello and welcome to Stoke Fan TV. In today's episode, we've changed location somewhat to somewhere a little bit more exciting. This place belongs to quite a famous Potter. Some of you might recognise it. Hello and welcome to Stoke Fan TV. Yes, we are in a brand new location and it's a little bit more exciting than our previous shabby homemade studio. No, this is a fabulous shed of dreams, I'm going to call this. And this belongs to a very famous Potter. We're not going to reveal his identity, that you might have guessed from one of the shots in that intro when he was handing me a beer. But we're not going to reveal his identity until the end of the show. So we're going to make you sit through all of our drivel all the way up until the end, and then we're on. Anyway, welcome to the show. Introductions.
Yep, I'm Sam.
I'm Max. Thanks for tuning in. If you've not subscribed to the channel already, give it a little subscription. Give the video a like if you enjoy it. Today's show, we're going to be focused on the international break, ain't we?
We are. It's international break now, so...
Yeah. Well, to be fair, though, we're not going to focus on the international break, what's going on at the minute, really, because we don't have a huge amount of international players with the Stoke team currently playing. But what we are going to do is we have been asking for your best Stoke international teams. To be fair, though, we haven't had a huge amount of response to that question. That's okay. That's fair enough. So what we're going to do in a bit is we're going to ask AI what it thinks of Stoke's best ever international 11 and its worst international 11.
Yes.
And the responses are
We did
hilarious.
go down to... we went to the Norwich game the other day, and we did actually ask a few fans a few of the questions at the Norwich game, so we'll be showing you some of that footage as well in the show.
Yeah, we're going to start with that, I think.
Shall we start with that?
We're going to start with it. So, obviously, Norwich game the other day, got thumped 3-0. But you can't beat a little bit of Stoke fan positivity. So before the game, we asked your predictions as to what the score would be. This was your response. Good to see. A nice bit of positivity there. Didn't quite work out. Anyway, have a watch. How do you reckon we're getting on today, mate?
I think we're going to do it today. I fancy us for a 2-1 victory.
I think it'll be an easy 2-1 win.
2-1?
Yep.
I reckon we're going to get on pretty good. I reckon my prediction will be 2-1 Stoke.
I feel very confident today. I feel like we're going to win 2-1 today.
2-1. What do you reckon?
Well, he said a draw coming down, so he's changed his mind now.
I think we're going to do well because they haven't got a very good away record. Okay, they won 5 or 6 last week, but I think they've only won 3 away.
The luck's changed. We got a goal against Middlesbrough, good corner technique, but it needed that luck to go in. And then obviously McNally's worldie at Preston, where he like slotted it in off his shin bone, knowing nothing about it. That was brilliant.
Norwich, their home and away form is very different. Away from home, they're beatable. I think we'll have them 2-1 to the Potters today.
Completely agree. Same
Completely
as you
agree.
said, 2-1 win. 2-1 Stoke, off the Potter. Go on, Stoke! Come on, boys. Go on, Stoke!
1-0 win.
1-0 win.
1-0. Yeah, we're
1-0
playing well.
score predictions, yeah. Coming off the back of a good result ourselves.
are.
Not bother you, that Norwich battering of Rotherham the other day?
No, confident.
Everyone batters Rotherham, don't they?
Yeah, I like that.
I think it'll be a good game, but I think it'll be our game.
Right, okay. So you reckon a win or
I think a draw.
a draw? You take
Yeah.
a draw. I'll go for a draw, to
Yeah.
be fair. They were in good form last game, but as everyone says, everyone batters Rotherham.
Yeah, because I think they've got some hard players up front, like Sargent and Sauer, are in good form for them.
And we're back. So there you go. Quite a lot of positivity there. A couple of people saying a draw. To be honest with you, before the game, what was my score prediction to you?
You said a draw.
No, I didn't. I said 3-1 Norwich will win. I said 3-1 Norwich will beat us today. And to be fair, I wasn't far off, was I? We were at the game. What were your thoughts on it?
Boring.
Boring game.
Yeah, like I was sat in the south stand watching the game, trying to get into it, and the start of the game, the atmosphere I thought in the stadium was quite good for the first 10 minutes. But as soon as Norwich started getting into the game, the atmosphere in the stadium went down. The players looked as though they didn't care what was going on, and it just showed, didn't it? Really?
What did you? So the formation that he went for.
Yeah, it was a
3-5-1.
1-1. Yeah.
1, or you could argue that we sort of played 5 at the back, but if I'm being honest with you, our fullbacks kind of spent most of the time halfway up the pitch. And I think that's one of the reasons, well, if not most of the reason why we lost that game, because the goals we conceded were awful.
They were just a through
They were
ball.
shocking.
They were just a through ball, 2 of the goals were, and it just went
I'd have
straight
loved
past
to.
the defence.
You know, what formation were Norwich playing? Can you remember? It just seemed to me that they had 2 attackers, maybe it be, just in those channels, just sat there and just saying, yeah, pass me the ball, please, because Stoke ain't got any fullbacks playing today. So what we'll do is we'll just camp out up that end, wait for our midfield to pass us the ball, look around, go get a takeaway whilst we wait for the defenders to catch us up, and then we'll score. And it might have been a different score had Hoover not hit the post if he'd have scored in the first couple of minutes.
No, so I thought Stoke started quite bright. Hoover ran down that side and he managed to beat 3 people, got in, and then he hit the bloody crossbar.
Oh yeah,
if that had gone in, it could have changed the whole game. And it's annoying because it's too often we're saying that, isn't it?
Well, we asked the question to the fans. We asked that question. I haven't seen it. We said, why can't Stoke score? Because we create all these chances and we can't seem to put the ball in the back of net. Laurent had a glorious opportunity from a corner.
Was it 2-0 at that point?
We were 2-0 down, I think.
2-0 down.
But he had a glorious opportunity from a corner, and it's a story of the season, isn't it, really? I mean, the goals we scored against Preston.
Yeah.
You know, one's just like...
It's just bending off his
Well, we're
leg,
relying
isn't it?
on the other team to score for us, or we're getting deflections coming back. But it was a poor game against Norwich. Tactically inept. Yeah. Is that the right
We didn't know what we were doing. I think Schumacher tried to get him to do something that they'd not done before. It started off all right, as I said, but as soon as Norwich got into it and realised what we were doing, they had their pants down, really, didn't they?
Yeah, I go for that.
Yeah.
But there you go. So there's our feelings. So what do you think about the Norwich game? What are your thoughts? Do you think that we played well, but we were unlucky? Do you think that it was just a poor show? Do you think this team's a little bit like Jekyll and Hyde? Do you know, one week we show up, one week we don't? Let us know in the comments if you would. That would be fabulous. Right, anyway. So there's that. So nice bit of positivity from the fans. Stay positive regardless of that result. I think, you know, hopefully we've got Hull the next game. Hull are going to be... Do you know what? Norwich are fighting like hell to stay in the playoffs when they played us. I think Hull are going to be fighting like hell to get back into the playoffs. It's going to be a bloody
It's going to be hard.
Hull, man. Don't mark my words. It's going to be a really, really tough game.
Hopefully, with the tickets only being a tenner, there should be a good backing of the fans up there.
And we're getting a bit of a breather, obviously, coming from this international break. We're coming and playing. What's your predictions for the game? What do you reckon that game?
Hull away. I'd take a draw.
You take a draw?
Yeah. Definitely.
I think 1-1. I'd go for 1-1. That's my honest opinion on that game.
I don't know if it's going to happen. It'd be nice.
I'd take 1-1.
Yeah.
That's all right. Cheeky breakaway goal. The thing is, it sounds bad, but
it'll be OG.
If we score and we go 1-0 up, holding on for the win, I'm worried about. Will he play 2 up front? A lot of people are asking for 2 up front. Will he play 2 up front? Does he need to play 2 up front to score? We got all these we got good strikers at Stoke. I don't think the strikers are bad strikers. I think like when you think you've got the likes of Ennis, who's come in, I think he's a cracking striker. I think he's great. To be honest with you, I think that Lowe, even though he's young, I think he's still a good striker. Ryan May, he's coming back into the side now. A lot of people were saying he's a good striker. You know, even, dare I say it, Tyrese Campbell is a good striker in my opinion. I just think it's hard when you're playing up there by yourself. It's not easy.
No.
You know, we haven't got Harry Kane, have we?
There's strikers that are designed to be up there on their own. Strikers that can hold the ball up and actually feed it through to other players. But we haven't really got anyone like that Harry Kane sort of player that can do that, really.
Harry Kane's world class.
Well,
let's not deny that a player like Harry Kane's world class. And we're not saying, well, maybe Harry, if you're watching, maybe you want to come play for Stoke for a bit. You know, what are you doing over in Germany? You know, what are you doing over there? But the point is that playing maybe 2 up front rather than Laurent, just because it seems like Laurent's just kind of sat behind. Or we're insisting on playing this cam in a way. Now, I don't know.
I said it on the last show that I didn't think Laurent was a cam.
Right.
I think he's more of a defensive midfielder than a cam.
So just having that kind of player sat behind...
like an anchor. Someone that can hold the midfield and keep the midfield in line, and someone that is a captain, isn't it? He's a person that should be shouting and telling the players what to do, not the person that's expected to do all the tricky, complex kicking it around, skillage and all that sort of thing. He's not a skillful player, Josh Laurent isn't. He can't.
He's not.
He's not. He's not a skillful player. He's like a Whelan, but not a Whelan.
He's like a Whelan if you order him off Wish.
Yeah, that's it. But I'll take that.
Okay, well, we'll go for that.
Yeah.
To be fair, though, you can't deny his effort recently.
No, but he's got effort.
He's been putting in a shift, hasn't he?
Yeah, we have been. To be fair, I think the players, all of them, have been putting in more of a shift recently.
I even think in the last game, despite the fact that we lost 3-0, I don't think it was necessarily down to a lack of effort.
No.
And some people might chastise me that, they're not running their heart off. I genuinely think it's not down to a lack of effort in the last game. No. I think that the tactics were wrong. I think playing 3-5-2 against that team got opened up straight away. Didn't change. It took till half time to change it. I mean,
should have changed it.
Change it straight away. You see something's happening. There's walking the ball into the net with one ball through the thing. Anyway, rant over.
Yeah.
Come on, rant over.
Forget about that game.
We want to hear your rants. Send us an email, sfTV@dancefiremedia.com. Send us your stuff. We'll try and get you involved in the show as best we can. Right, okay, anyway, we digress. So, anyway, thank you for those people who have sent us your best and worst Stoke City International 11. The only caveat we had was that they've played for Stoke and they've also played for their international team. Now, we've had a limited response, not going to lie, in our email plea to people to say send in your best teams to us. But we have had a couple and they're on screen now. David, however, has sent his best players from every decade. Brilliant response. Thank you very much for that. Stokies, what do you make to those teams? Sam, what do you make to those teams? Or players?
Brilliant. I think David's done really well there, naming all of his favourite players from the decade. There's a few in there. Have a look at them, see what you think.
Lou Macari, I know he was on the pitch. Just wanted to ask the same old question. Where is his knighthood?
Yeah, where's his knighthood?
Where is his knighthood? Ricardo Fuller, even a bar named after him. Obviously, we've got a more modern team there from Stephen, a little bit more modern than the others. I think Gary Napper's is a mix of both.
Gary Napper's team's brilliant team.
We've also had a couple of comments on the YouTube page. Glenn Whelan must be in the international team. Every team needs a Glenn Whelan. Can't argue with that one.
Can't argue with that. Glenn Whelan, one of the best central midfielders I've seen in a Stoke shirt.
We've also had, we are still waiting for Sami Bangura to return from international duty. He's got to be in the worst team for that reason.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Thank you, Thomas Pepin 2324. So there you go, Stoke fans. A few comments there. Thank you to those who sent those in. Also, we're going to go to some clips from the game.
Yes.
And we asked fans for their favourite or best international players. Here you go.
If you could pick a player that's played internationally for club and for country ever, anyone you could name?
Gordon Banks, isn't it?
Never
seen him in real life, obviously, but wow, yeah. He's got to be the best international player we've ever had, hasn't he?
He's up there, isn't he?
He's got to be,
yeah. We had Jeff Hurst as well, didn't we? But he wasn't
yeah,
playing Stoke at the time.
Yeah. And of course, Stanley Matthews.
Mark Chamberlain. One game, scored one goal against Cyprus and never played again.
What do you reckon, mate?
Shawcross played internationally.
Yeah.
Shawcross
played that game against Zlatan Ibrahimovic and got nailed.
Yeah. We've picked two right good ones there, haven't we?
Yeah.
Johnny Walters.
John Walters, yeah. Recent history, most of the Stoke players for international have been playing for, Southern Ireland area. Your Johnny Walters, your Glenn Whelans, players like that. That's where internationally we've succeeded. I've never been a big fan of Jack Butland, and I'm glad he didn't get in the current England squad because he's got concrete boots. He won't come off his line for corners. He's a good shot stopper, but he's not the man, and I was glad to see the back of him, to be honest with you.
Chamberlain, of course. Mark Chamberlain, turn on the sixpence, great footballer. What did he play? Once or twice for the England team. Beyond that, it's got to be Gordon Banks, and Peter Shilton, players like that, Jeff Hurst. There's a whole list, but when they actually play for Stoke, if he's a good Stoke player, he ain't going to be in the team. You can argue the toss. We sell Lee Dixon and Bold to Arsenal for £500,000 and a brown envelope to the chairman. Following week, they're both in the England side. How does that work? God, Stoke!
Go on, the boys!
I would say the first one came to mind was Mark Chamberlain, but you know what? Peter Shilton. I grew up watching Peter Shilton, and you want to get much better than him. Peter Shilton, absolutely.
For myself, I don't know if he actually played for France, but we're talking about him today, Stephen Nzonzi.
It's got to be Gordon Banks because he
Gordon
carried us in
Banks.
the World Cup run.
So there you go, Stokies. There's some responses from the Norwich game. Hope you enjoyed that. Obviously, these fans have gone for players that we've already spoken about quite a bit in that kind of favourite team. A lot of the ones that people have mentioned. Chamberlain was mentioned. Banksy. players that are iconic for Stoke and also play for an international team. Can't go wrong with that. We've also had a message from a certain fan. We happen to be in his shed. Who is it, Sam? Who could this have come from?
Yeah, it's come from Sean from Stockton Brook. And he's given us, we've got Gordon Banks in goal, we've got Pejic at right back, with Neil Franklin and Shawcross centre half, with Danny Higginbottom at left back. He played for Gibraltar. I think he played one game
for Gibraltar. Super
after he left Stoke.
I'll go for that then. We go for that. We'll bring him in.
Yeah. And on the right wing, he's got Sir Stanley Matthews. In midfield, Whelan and Walters with Terry Conroy, the Ginger Ninja, on the left wing. And up front, we've got Ricardo Fuller and Kenwyn Jones.
Fuller and Kenwyn Jones up front. That'd be fun, wouldn't it?
It would.
A few cartwheels and whatnot going on up there, wouldn't they, with those two up top?
No, brilliant.
What do you think? What's your favourite team? You know, are you bothered about internationals whatsoever? Are we just wasting our time talking about internationals? Let us know in the comments, please. Right, okay. The plan was, that we were going to get 150 responses, and they were going to list out the best teams. We were going to go through them one by one, go through all the players, check out how well they played for Stoke and how well they played internationally, and put together the best ever Stoke International 11 and the worst ever Stoke International 11. But it didn't quite work out like that. So what we thought we'd do is we had a chat and we thought, do you know what? We've been investigating a lot recently because we're in the media and whatnot. AI and the abilities of chatbots. So we thought, do you know what? Let's ask AI for its best ever Stoke International 11. I know this is the bit you've all been waiting for. Stoke City predicted by the Terminator. Okay, so ask the question, Sam.
What shall we ask it? Name Stoke City's
best
team consisting of players who have represented their national teams.
That's one way of putting it. Yeah, we'll go for that. There's a lot of big words in there.
Well, it's a clever computer, so I thought...
Right, okay, here we go.
Here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready for the reveal? So, in goal, who do you think? Who are we going for? Bear in mind who everyone else has said.
Yeah.
Going for Asmir Vegovic? No! Are we going for Gordon Banks? No. It's decided on the best goalkeeper internationally to ever play for Stoke is, drumroll, Jack Butland. Right, okay. No, seriously. So it's coming from Jack Butland. I'll be honest with you, Jack, playing for Stoke, he was a really good player for a while.
He was a good player. Good goalkeeper.
He was a good player for Stoke for a while, wasn't he? And to be fair, it was only when we obviously went down. He stayed with the club. He didn't have to stay with the club. I ain't got nothing against Jack Butland. No. Right, okay. Right back.
AI has decided to choose Glenn Johnson.
Glenn Johnson, ladies and gentlemen, at right back. To be honest with you, he played quite well for England when he played for him.
When he
played for England. He didn't play badly for us.
Come to Stoke at the end of his career. So you can't really judge Glenn Johnson's international record as a Stoke player. I think it's going more on internationals ever. I'd put him in there.
Okay, we'll go with Glenn Johnson at right back. I've noticed just looking down at this list, you'll see in a minute, they're all quite kind of modern players.
Yeah.
Right, moving on. Okay, centre backs. It's gone for Ryan Shawcross, who played against Sweden quite famously for England. He'd have one cap.
He did.
Poor Ryan, man. It came up against Zlatan, didn't
Came up against one of the best strikers to ever grace the game.
Yeah,
unfortunately.
and it was tough. It wasn't easy. No. And then Jeff Cameron, the other right back, centre back. Jeff Cameron over some of the other players? I can't agree with that. No. Right, okay, so what's going for left back, Sam?
It has decided to choose Netherlands international Eric Peters.
Eric Peters.
A little bit of a mention to Eric Peters. He was the last proper left back Stoke had, and he wasn't a bad player.
Do you know, I always felt bad because I never used to rate Eric Peters when we were in the Prem. I never used to rate him. But, oh my God, I'd love to have him back now.
Yeah,
I really would. Moving into midfield, 4 across midfield, and this is what it's gone for. Let's go for Joe Allen. We've heard Joe Allen already.
Yes.
Great player for Wales. And a great player for Stoke too.
Yeah.
A Scottish player, can you guess who it was? Charlie Adam. Okay, so they've popped Charlie Adam in there. Charlie Adam was a good player for Stoke.
He was a great player. He was better at Blackpool, but good player.
Better at Blackpool, and then obviously he went from there. Obviously he went to Liverpool and then came to us.
Yeah.
But he was a good player.
And that goal he scored against Chelsea.
Your possible all-time greatest international for Stoke is on this list in midfield.
Good.
Who's that
Hopefully not the next one.
No, not the next one. We'll go to him in a minute.
Sheridan Shaqiri on the wing.
Yeah. Sheridan Shaqiri. We're laughing, okay, because the next greatest midfielder, according to AI, internationally to play for Stoke is, drum roll.
Badu Endai.
Endai. What a player for Stoke. Do you know what though? We've asked him to put him in. We've asked him to put him in specifically. Do you know he was okay for Stoke until he threw a strop, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was all right.
I tried to erase what he did for Stoke out of my memory, to be honest.
Okay. AI is having a shocker in times, this one. Top front two.
Arnautovic.
Arnautovic, man, what a player. We've got a programme somewhere. There he is.
There he is.
Marco, okay, great player for Stoke. It ended badly, didn't it? He wanted to go. I just really wish, Mark, if you're watching this, why don't you play him as number 9, mate? You know, he really wanted to play up front. He went to West Ham. When we played West Ham, he absolutely battered us.
He battered us.
You should have played him up front. But anyway, great player for Stoke.
Yeah, quality player.
And
finally,
fan favourite, probably my favourite Stoke player for a long period of time, Bojan.
Yeah.
How many games did Bojan play for
Spain? I can't remember him playing any for Spain.
Well, this could be. Did he play for Spain?
Type his name in. I don't think Bojan actually played for Spain.
Well, this is where
AI is useless.
Bojan, according to this,
he did 1.
Okay, so there you go.
So he
got in because he played for Spain once.
Yeah, excellent.
To be fair, I can't knock Bojan, man. He was
no quality player until he got injured. Was it Rochdale he played? He got injured.
He got injured. He came from sunny Spain. He used to play for Barca, but obviously Stoke were just the same. So we've had some players in there. That's AI's apparent best ever international level. Can we ask it just quickly? Just to pump into here.
Over the years.
Oh yeah, just put a little bit. Go a bit older, please. Just ask it to go a little bit. Yeah. All you fans who've watched Stoke through the years, this is the team for you. This is the team, right? Starting in goal, Gordon Banks. Defenders, Sam.
Dennis Smith, Mike Pedgick, Jimmy Greenoff and Alan Hudson.
There we go. Okay. Midfielders, Terry Conroy, George Easton, Liam Lawrence, Peter Dobing.
Yeah, and up front we've got Stoke's Mark Steen and Terry Lees.
Okay.
Who's Terry Lees?
No. See, these are showing our age now.
Yeah.
Because we don't know all the players in there.
No.
What do you think to that? Was that a better team than the first AI team? Would that team beat that first AI team? So, still no place, according to AI, for Stanley Matthews in the all-time team.
I bet if you asked it to name the best international Blackpool team, it would.
So there you go, Stokies. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Question for the next show.
Yes, we want to know what the Stoke City fans' views are on the club announcing that they will be changing the location of the away fans.
Yeah, we've been speaking to a few people when we've been at the ground. What do you think? We won't discuss it now. We'll discuss it in the next show. But let us know what you think to that. Is it a good thing? Is it not a good thing? Do you think it will affect things in the stadium? We want to get as many responses to this as possible, please. Send us your emails to sfTV@dancefiremedia.com. How else can people get in touch?
They can get in touch. You can message us on Facebook.
On the Messenger. Facebook. Yeah, Stoke Fan TV on Facebook.
Yeah.
You can also send us a video message. We've had a couple of them before.
On Messenger again.
Yeah, and you can even just send us a voice message if you don't want your face to be on it and everything like that. But send us them across. Get in touch with us.
Yeah.
And then we will try and voice your opinion, basically. So that's what we think the next episode is going to be on anyway. But that's it from me.
And me.
That's it from him as well. Thanks very much, folks. Thanks for coming on, watching the show, and we'll see you on the next one. Hang on, we're in the Shed of Dreams. We've just got to get a couple of reserve signs for next time. See you later.
Curry pint, job done.